Hey, what's up guys? It's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back at it again with Firecracker Log Bait. Our mission with this deck is to passively cycle as many firecrackers and princesses as possible so we can bait out logs and then have our goblin barrels do a tremendous amount of damage. We also have rascals, goblin gang, and a charging prince for log bait. If you guys don't like firecracker or you don't want to play it in this deck, you can run dark goblin instead, and the only matchup that I think that dark goblin is actually better in this deck is against graveyard. Firecracker is not great at dealing with graveyard skeletons. Dark goblin is. Other than that, firecracker does a lot of damage and it does splash damage, and it's also more difficult for your opponent to kill because the recoil constantly pushes it back. Let's go jump straight into some games and assert some dominance with one of the new best log bait decks in Clash Royale. If you guys are not already supporting me in the shop, my creator code is SirTag. By using code SirTag, I get a percentage of all money spent in the shop at no extra cost to you. It allows me to spend more time on my videos, and I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go and cycle Princess in the back, and we're gonna see what's up. Astro is not dropping anything, so that's really good for us. We get a free Princess essentially. Well, he leaked one elixir before dropping the baby dragon there. We can go for a prince in front so we can protect our princess. And he's going to go for a knight, so it's definitely going to be a graveyard deck from the looks of things. If that's going to be the case, we got to keep protecting our princess because we know that the knight is going to devour our prince. And he's going to poison, so when he poisons, that means that he's not going to have a great answer to all of our stacked up bait. And he's not able to graveyard here because we have goblin gang. So if he graveyards, he's crazy. He's so wild if he graveyards here. We'll have to wait and see if he wants to do that. It's definitely a bad play. We can go for a goblin barrel here, and with the firecracker approaching, this could be difficult for him to defend everything. The goblin barrel is going to get damage, and then the firecracker also pierces through and hits his tower. So this is great stuff for us, man. Really, really good stuff. I can princess in the back on the side that he doesn't want to poison because he has no damage there at all. I could go for a prince in front, but I want to wait for that to die. As soon as that dies, right? The tombstone dies. I caught myself. He only has barrrel on defense since he just cycled his knight. He's not going to be able to stop the prince. It's not possible. That's going to take his tower. Oh, he got back to tombstone. How? What the heck? I didn't think that was possible. Somehow he cycled back to tombstone, but the prince will still get a connection. That would have just straight up taken his tower. Man, that's insane to me. He had tombstone on the field and he got back to another one. He cycled viciously to get back there, man. I guess he knew our strategy. He's going to go in for a tornado here, so then we can go princess at the river because his elixir count is going to be handicapped. He's going to be very low. So we get 2 princess hits there. Then we can goblin gang immediately. And if he goes in for a graveyard, we can just log everything back, kill the graveyard skeletons, and also hit the knight. I'm still flabbergasted that this man decided to go in for a tombstone. We killed it, and he cycled back to another one. I don't think I'm ever going to get over that, especially after cycling the knight. I thought he would only have like barrrel or something, but we're still in a very good spot. We can go for a firecracker for some more chip damage on top of that ice wizard, just like a magic archer would. And it's going to get blown back. So we'll see what he wants to do here. I can just keep going for goblin barrels and then go for rascals and force out a poison. If he poisons, then he has no poison on offense on top of the goblin gang. So you guys like how we're doing that? We're forcing him to poison the river where he can't get any chip damage on our tower. And then if he elects to do that, he's in a miserable spot that he can't apply aggression with his graveyard. So I'm going to go in for a prince in front so then we can protect from the baby dragon part 2. And then, well, he's forced to firecracker. He's forced to poison that firecracker, right? So then he can't poison all of the goblin gang. So then he has to go in for a tornado right after. Man, he's getting no damage at all. You guys like how we're dispersing everything? With this bait deck, I think it actually beats graveyard. Most bait decks lose the triple spell graveyard when he has tornado, poison, and also a barrrel or log. But I think this deck beats it because you're able to stagger everything, make them poison the river, and then their barrrel doesn't reach far enough to go and kill your goblin gang, so they're forced to tornado it, and that obviously doesn't work. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you, man. We're gonna go and split goblin gang in the back so we don't get too much log value for our opponent, and we'll see what he wants to do. He's gonna go in for a giant skeleton in the back. No cares in the world, just drops a hefty elixir investment. And we could have spammed opposite lane if we were running bridge spam, and we could have taken out a tower, but no. Oh, you know what this guy's going to have? He's going to have clone. That's why. He doesn't care because he has clone. He's a savage. So I have to probably log this back. Wait, what? Dude, you're insane. You're really wild. You don't have clone. You have minor giant skeleton cannon cart without clone. This is the weirdest deck I've ever seen in my life. And we're later in a GC and we're playing against this. What the heck, brother? So I want to go in for a goblin barrel when we know that he doesn't have his barrrel in cycle. So he's probably going to have tornado, but if we drop in that spot, it's going to be more miserable for him to deal with. So he's going to get a 3-for-3 transaction, but he's not able to activate King Tower. Sometimes they try to activate King Tower when they're not able to, and that's always fun. So he's going to have Inferno Tower and Giant Skeleton with tornado. Man, this guy is not going to be a fun person to play. You would never want to invite this man to a party because he's just chilling there in this corner and he doesn't want to move. He just wants to make this game all about his defense. So what are we going to do? Probably just going for a firecracker here. Try to cycle. Maybe we can bait out the barrrel on that, so then we can go for a goblin barrel with rascals shortly after. The inferno tower is going to be pretty bad for him, except against our prince. That's really the only card that he can really do anything to. We're going to go for a goblin gang. We know that we're going to beat out the barrel with that, so let's go in for goblin barrel right after. I don't think he's going to be back to... Okay. I guess we want to go for prince here. Could have also went for rascals in the middle, but that's fine as well. It looks like the prince is going to go far away, and then the firecracker doesn't also die to the death bomb. Oh, the prince didn't charge. I thought the prince would charge far, far away to Never Never Land, but he didn't do it. Fortunately, the cannon card is going to be a little bit of an uncertainty here, so I have to go in for rascals. I didn't think that would die, and I was correct. It definitely wasn't going to die. So the miner can go right on top of our princess at any point. He's going to have earthquake, interestingly enough. So what is his win condition, man? Do you have balloon earthquake with giant skeleton? I think that's the case. I think it's literally balloon earthquake. I've never seen this before, but I don't know. Is this literally minor giant skeleton earthquake? I haven't seen that either, so I'm just going to go for a rocket for some easy chip damage here. It's not necessarily the best play, but as long as we're able to hit the tower and I want to cycle in double elixir, I think it's okay. Go for a firecracker and then log, maybe, and actually I just want to go for rascals in the middle because then the cannon cart will lock onto that, and then the baby dragon will as well. He's going to go in for a tornado, but his cannon cart dies, and then the baby dragon doesn't give him any damage. Remember, he just used tornado, so if he barb barrels, we can go for goblin barrel off to the side, and then one of them survives. So if he barb barrels down the middle, oh no, he adjusted it. He knew. This guy's actually a pretty good player, as I said later in GC. They actually know how to play the game, unfortunately. He's so toxic with this deck. He is not a nice person. Well, he could be a very nice person. He just is not someone that you want to spend much time around with this disgusting and dirty deck. So we could log to go kill the cannon cart. Nope, it's going to die anyway. He's going to go tornado to the king tower. Does not matter to me. Want to go in for our rascals now. And it looks like he's not giving me any rocket value, but we can get more damage than him because he's only got earthquake, right? Earthquake miner, so I can rocket. Guaranteed damage. I can princess at the river. And we're going to try to stack as many princesses as possible here. I think that's going to be our way of winning. So if we're able to go for firecrackers and they bounce backward, we're able to keep princesses alive, then he's going to be in a miserable spot because, well, it's just too many ranged units for you to deal with, my dude. We go for a goblin barrel off to the side again, see if he decides to go in for a barb barrel. Dude, he's hitting his barb barrels like it's his job. He's playing this super well. But our rocket does more damage than him, so I think we're still able to win this. I definitely want to go for a log just to cycle, get some extra damage on a tower, going for the rocket now. And go in for probably a prince on defense here, because it looks like it's going to be a little bit sketchy. All I need to do is defend one more card cycle, and then we win the game. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. And then you get rascals down, so then when he gets that giant skeleton through, it goes towards that instead. And I rocket log and win the game. So here we go. We're going to rocket. We're going to go in for a spicy log. Make sure that that cannon card is bounced back. And that's going to be GG. Well played and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you. He was a really annoying deck to play against, but I'm glad to win. GG, well played, and peace out, and good luck in the rest of your grand challenge, my dude. We're going to go in for a goblin barrel. We're going to see what's up. We're going to see what's good. We're going to drop it in the safe spot for the first time and see if he's going to drop anything on that. He knows because everyone runs tornado. You just don't want to drop your goblin barrel right on top of the tower because that could be miserable when King Tower is activated right out of the gate in the game. I'm going to go for a firecracker to go and kite the knight to the opposite lane. Unfortunately, the firecracker is going to go dabble into the poison. Should die now. Oh, that was really unfortunate. She would have stayed alive. Well, he's going to have Isozert. I don't want to do anything besides, like, Prince Goblin Gang. If I went in for a Goblin Barrel with this, I think that would be an overcommitment. Usually with this Graveyard deck, I'm assuming it's Graveyard after seeing Poison with Isozert, they don't have phenomenal answers to your Prince because they don't have distraction cards. The Prince does a lot of damage. They don't have bait or they don't have skeletons. Then the Prince can break through and do a tremendous amount of damage to 3 elixir cost cards, sometimes just one hitting them. So that's what I was hoping for there. What is he going to do? He's just going to Knight. So Knight's out of cycle for our next Prince. We know that he's going to have a Isozert Tornado combination, so a little bit scared about that. I have to Firecracker. If I had Dark Goblin, it would be way better against Graveyards early on. I did not have Goblin Gang here, so I just was forced to log and use my Princess, and we should be okay. It's obvious that Isozert is going to be a nuisance. The Firecracker won't give us too much utility on the right-hand side, but he's going to try to activate King Tower with like a bomb tower in the middle, I presume. Yeah, there's the bomb tower, as expected. He's not activating King Tower, though, which is really good. And then we get a Tornado and a Barrrel from him. So Tornado and Barrrel out of cycle. So that means what I can do is I can go in for a Goblin Barrel, and I can go for a Princess. If I do that, and he's probably not going to be able to do anything but defend the right-hand side, and then all the units are going to go on the side that he doesn't want a graveyard. So this Baby Dragon and Knight are going to be forfeit. And I want to go stockpile up a Prince and just save Goblin Gang on the left-hand side, so then he's not able to poison. So we're going to keep up the aggression, and if he poisons here at the river, it's really, really good for me. So that's what I want to see. If he gives us a nice amount of rocket value like that, we'll definitely take it as well, because we're going to be able to hit the bomb tower, and that's just really ideal. So then we can start spamming even more on the right-hand side. Is he going to start going and changing towers? I would do that if I was him. Looks like it. So we're going to go for a very high Goblin Gang here, and I just didn't want to drop it inside the poison, so I dropped it a little bit higher to focus down his units a bit quicker. I'm going to go log because there's too many skeletons in the barrrel. Just will give him way more damage than I was willing to take. I'm going to go Goblin Barrel, and since the Firecracker will be able to go and kill the Baby Dragon, we're in an okay spot. He's going to go Tornado everything back and not activate King Tower. Oh, I didn't think he would because the Bomb Tower I thought was going to save him. Oh my goodness. Okay, well actually save me rather, right? Not save him. I'm going to have to drop really low Rascals because he's probably going to poison preemptively. We'll see. No, he doesn't. He drops it way later. Well played on his end. We're going to go in for a Princess. He doesn't hit it with the Barrrel, which is really good for me. Then I can go for a Firecracker. Maybe we're going to be able to go and hit the Ice Wizard and kill it a little bit quicker so we can get a lock. I need to go in for Goblin Gang as well, which is really nice. He's going to have to Barrrel this. There's no other way around it, right? Because you can't hit the Princess otherwise. So he's going to Tornado on defense. Drawing everything back. Princess is still alive. He's going to go for Barrrel for sure, I think. There's really no other way that you can play it. The Princess is still alive, dude. He didn't Barrrel. He was so scared. He was saving it for the Goblin Barrel, and then we win the game. Oh my gosh. How many times are we going to play against this deck? I feel like this deck is everywhere in the meta. Everywhere we look, we play against it. We're going to sauce out a Princess in the back, and we're going to see what's up. This dude is not dropping anything. Then he goes in for Guard. So when we see Guard cycled, I love seeing that, because then my Prince is going to be able to pulverize through. He's probably going to have one less distraction for us now. It's going to take 4 cards to get back to that. He's going to have Tesla, and he's going to have Guards. This is making me think it might be the Tron Giant Skeleton Balloon deck. So if this Prince gets through, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. 7-0 in GC is looking quite promising right now. Oh my goodness. So I want to go in for Rascals here because it looks exactly like that Balloon cycle deck, and I can just save Rocket for the Balloon because he just cycled his Miner, so there's no way for him to tank for it, right? And Rascals are going to give us some really nice counter push. He's going to have to drop Giant Skeleton. We can go in for a Goblin Gang on the left-hand side. It's really nice knowing your opponent's deck, specifically because you've played it so often. You can recognize it with just a few cards. And yeah, it's a good feeling. I want to go for a Firecracker here so then the Giant Skeleton just dies. And then as I said before, I love rocketing that Balloon so then it doesn't even get death damage on us. Unfortunately, the Baby Dragon is going to kill the Princess and not kill the Firecracker. The Firecracker doesn't give us any damage unless it gets... Does it get one hit by the tower? No, it doesn't. It does get a hit. Oh my gosh. I thought it was going to get one hit by the tower. I still am like ambivalent about the range and the health when it's near a tower. I still haven't learned that yet. Still a new card. Haven't played it enough to judge every interaction. Okay, we're going to go for Prince in the back. And he's probably into Guards, so I want to go in for Goblin Barrel, so then he won't have Guards on defense against Goblin Barrel. Since he's going to have to zap it, it'll be pretty bad for him, because the Prince is going to be tanking, so it's guaranteed damage. I want to go for Princess now, and we know that he's going to have Miner, so we'll try to go for Goblin Gang to fully surround my Princess. If not, we want to go for Rascals, so then, okay, yeah, he's just going all in. We're just going to rocket it then, so he doesn't get the damage. Just really don't want that to happen. Rather safe than sorry. Because we're such a commanding lead that... If I just make sure that I shut him down with a rocket, even if for a negative elixir trade, every other interaction is going to be positive. It's so hard for him to cost efficiently defend against Goblin Barrels with this deck. Even though he's got double small spells like Tornado and then Zap, he doesn't have Log, so we're guaranteed damage with Goblin Barrel every time. He's getting chip damage on the right-hand side when he wants all his damage on the left too, so this is just going so well for me. I can go for a Goblin Gang, potentially protect... No, it didn't happen. So another thing that I really like doing is I like going for Prince behind the Giant Skeleton, so then when the Giant Skeleton dies, we're not preoccupied still. Go for a Rocket, just kill it. So he's going to Tornado to kill the Prince. Well played, well played. Then he doesn't have anything in cycle for the Goblin Barrel. If I go for Rascals and then go in for a Goblin Barrel, if the Thick Boy crosses the river, then it's going to be tanking for the tower. This could be a tremendous amount of damage. So he's forced to zap. Then the baby dragon just simply dies because he doesn't have much elixir left. I can go in for a prince in front. We're going to be able to kill the giant skeleton way quicker now, and I still have rocket, so it's really good. Okay, that was well played. I thought he was going to go on top of the tower. He did not. Forced out a goblin gang that I definitely didn't want to drop. And I can go in for rascals again at the river just to go and kill his baby dragon. Going for goblin barrel again. Thick boy's tanking. Rascals should be a lot of damage on that tower. Should equate to a lot of damage. And then since he cycled his all his spam, I'm pretty confident that the firecracker goblin gang can go and kill the balloon before it gets 2 hits on our tower, and then all we need is 1 prince connection. Yeah, GG, well played, and peace out. Because our tower was so healthy, I could play more aggressive there, opposed to just dropping a rocket. And it worked out so well, man. This game is just so fun when you're playing log bait, and your opponent has a couple spells and you still win. The funny thing is, that matchup is actually favoring me, despite him having double small spell. We're gonna go for a goblin gang to open up this game, and we're gonna see what's up. Maybe we can bait out a log, a snowball, or a zap. Oh, he's got battle healer! What is this gonna be, man? I haven't seen battle healer in forever, since Elixir Golem got that nerf. This is probably the first one I've seen in like 30 or 40 games. That's nutty. He's going to go poison, so we'll see if he has magic archer. So then he's able to go and hit our thick boy and pierce through the tower, but looks like he's not going to. Sometimes they have tornado, so I want to go drop this in the safe spot, so that's not going to happen. Oof, we get no damage. Well played, my dude. You actually come ahead. It's looking like an Elixir Golem deck. I haven't seen this in so long. It's like Christmas, man. Free wins, probably. Not that good after the nerf, right? Oh my gosh. Oh baby. He's going to try to tornado the prince to the king tower. Yes, that works, but for what cost, brother? I'm able to log everything back, kill your magic archer, destroy the bats, and then go for a prince and counter push with the firecracker on the right. This is going to be so much fun. I'm excited. My body is prepared for the devastation that we're about to unleash on your towers. Rascals coming down on the left, you're going to log it for sure, and then the goblin barrel will be able to guarantee damage. Oh, Electro Dragon. I kind of forgot about that card. So there is a way for him to defend this. It's called the Electro Dragon. But it wasn't able to hit the Rascals? What? I thought that was going to work out for him. I was a little bit shook. But we're starting dominance, man. Despite him having the log variation instead of barrrel, it is so clean, man. I go for Princess in the back. He's probably going to go and try to spam us aggressively. Or, oh, he's going to log that? Alright, I guess he's going to be able to hit 1 princess and nothing else. That's totally acceptable and fine in my life. Alright, do we want to go for Goblin Gang up high? Because he's going to poison. Probably going to drop something on top of the princess. He's got to kill the princess, otherwise it's going to be able to defend. Or apply aggression towards the 3. Either or, it's fine. I can just go for Rascals here and log everything back as long as the Night Witch bats don't get on top. We're hardcore chilling. Because the thick boy's still alive. They do not happen. Man. I can go Princess at the river and then rocket this because the Electro Dragon's just going to stay there since it's targeting the thick boy instead. And then the Princess is just getting so much more chip. I can go Goblin Gang and go in for Prince. We're going to be able to kill that real quick. I can definitely log everything back as well just so those Golemites pop. When we're defending against Magic Archer, we want to drop our Rascals up really high, so not able to hit our tower. Man, 16 seconds remaining. Do you actually think that your Elixir Golem skill push can break through? You're not even dropping your Elixir Golem, dude. You need to drop it way earlier than that, my dude. You're going to have to go for a Magic Archer and Poison, and that's not going to work if I just rocket at the river because you're not able to Magic Archer connection then. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. He had to Magic Archer. He wasn't able to. Even if it did, he was just going to die immediately to a rocket. It's a pleasure playing against you and asserting dominance against this filthy Elixir Golem, Electro Dragon, Log Tornado deck that I haven't seen in just so long, and I'm glad to keep up the streak by defeating that. So we're going to start off this game with a Princess in the back. We're going to see if we can bait out a Fireball or a Poison or a Log or barrrel on that. Then we want to go for a Goblin Barrel on the left-hand side. So since we see Baby Dragon, it might just be that graveyard deck, guys. If that's going to be the case, we have to go for Rascals because that's really the only way that we're going to be able to damage down that Baby Dragon. We bait out a Poison, awesome stuff. So this is really, really good for us. We know exactly what his deck is. We're going to get chip damage with the Rascals, and his Poison did not touch our tower on the right-hand side. So I love when he poisons up high towards the river, and that's going to be our goal in life. Try to get him to poison that. So we're going to go for a Prince in the back. We're going to start slow rolling it, and since he's got Tombstone, it'll be way harder for us to play against than a Bomb Tower deck because he's actually going to have distractions for the Prince now. We can go for a Firecracker, and we'll see what we can accomplish. I think he's just going to be able to kill it with barrrel though, unfortunately. Go for a princess here. What do we want to do? I could log back this ice wizard. No, I'm going to go goblin gang, and then I'm going to go in for a goblin barrel. I have to log on defense when more skeletons accumulate, just so he's not able to get damage with that. The goblin barrel will give us a lot of value on the right-hand side. We're actually going to be in the damage lead now. So he wasn't able to deal with the goblin barrels because he decided to go for the graveyard poison. It was a lot of elixir, and now we have damage on both sides. So if it somehow becomes a 1-1 situation, well, we're going to be in the damage lead, and we also have deck matchup in a 1-1 situation because our towers will be shooting all the graveyard skeletons. He never wants to be in that spot, and Rocket would just be an easy way of chipping him out. So I would love to see something cycled in the back, because then I could rocket it. I'm going to go for a princess. I can rocket that ice wizard. That's really good. Dude, I asked for it, and he gave it to me. My prayers were answered here, dude. So he's got baby dragon. I want to see a poison on these rascals again. That'd be really nice. So then we can get a free goblin gang on defense. If he wants to go for the barrrel, we want to go here. He's going to save poison. Well played on his end, but we're going to go for a firecracker on top of the baby dragon. I think that's going to do the most damage, more than a baby dragon, more than a princess would. So we will be able to clean it up. I could also go in for a prince and princess at the river, just so the princess probably locks, and then the prince is going to be able to protect it. So this is really, really good. We're going to go for a goblin barrel in the back. He's probably in a barrrel. We'll see, but the princess is locked on the tower. Okay. Well played on his end. Don't really get much damage from that. We go rascals, goblin gang further back, so then if he goes in for a preemptive poison, he's not able to hit everything at once. Then we can also go for a firecracker and kill the baby dragon. So princess as soon as possible because he's down elixir. And I think the princess locks onto the tower, and the thick boy is still alive. Thick boy is still alive, guys! He is going to be able to get the main targeting from the ice wizard I hoped. Nah. I was hoping that we could knock it back and then have it target thick boy instead of the princess and then just take the tower with the princess. But we had to rocket him to finish off the game. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you, man.